Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back after about a week hiatus from our last launch attempt of Starlink 1. How's everybody doing tonight? Where's everybody from? I'm coming from Central Ohio. Let's see who we got here. Here we go. Arizona, Canada, Malaysia, Maryland, Australia, mate, New Zealand. I don't have a New Zealand accent. Too fast. New York, Tampa Bay. Okay, Huntsville. Hey, Huntsville, Germany, Deutschland, ja. Okay, Michigan, Oregon, Maui. Ooh, Maui, I heard that's beautiful. Nice. Ohio, awesome. Iran. Hello, Iran. You guys have rockets too, I hear. San Diego. All right. England, Brazil, Quebec. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Glad you could all make it here tonight. Hopefully tonight, number 3 is the charm, right? 3 is the charm. 3 is the lucky number. The first attempt early last week was scrubbed because of high altitude winds were just too strong for the rocket. And then they tried again 24 hours later, and they had to scrub it again because there was a need for updating the Starlink satellites or something along those lines. So we're back for attempt number 3, and it's going to be successful. And we have 666 of you watching right now. Not a good sign. All right. Go Bucks. That's right. Go sports. All right. I'm a nerd. I don't really watch sports anymore. In my previous life I did, I think. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on with this launch. Because first I want to go over what the launch is all about, again, just in case some of you weren't here with us last time. And then I want to explain to you our giveaway. That might be over that way, okay? Our Lego giveaway. Sorry, I had a wicked itch on my nose. So this launch, okay. This launch is attempt number 3 of the Starlink 1 mission, and I'm reading right from the description of my video, by the way. It will deliver the first 60 SpaceX constellation satellites to low Earth orbit, or LEO, about 550 kilometers up, which is really low, a lot lower than they originally planned for the first 60, but they got it changed with the, not the FAA, but the people in charge. The launch window opens May 23rd at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time and closes at midnight local time. This Block 5 Falcon 9 booster will launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida, and will land on the drone ship. Of course, I still heart you. All right. And we have more deets to go over as well. So let me pull that up right quick. I'm going to pull up. This is my display right here. We got the SpaceX live cam on standby waiting for them to go live. But I'm going to pull up a picture of the payload of this evening's launch. Exciting stuff. Elon tweeted this out a few weeks ago. Impressive. All right, let me make it big for you. There we go. I'm not even transitioning it. I'm such a rookie. Thought I'd be past this by now. All right, look at all these satellites stacked up like Tetris. All right, man, I sucked at Tetris, but I was pretty good at Dr. Mario. I bet maybe 1 or 2 of you watching this video know what Dr. Mario is. Old school video game. So check out how they have these satellites stacked up. 60 of them. Crazy. Okay, and the thing is, they're not even attached to a deployment mechanism. They're just kind of sitting in there on top of each other. Pretty sweet. Some more information. This is a statement SpaceX put out a couple weeks ago, and I read it last week, but I'm going to read it again. With the flat panel design featuring multiple high throughput antennas and a single solar array, each Starlink satellite weighs approximately 227 kilograms, allowing SpaceX to maximize mass production and take full advantage of Falcon 9's launch capabilities. To adjust position on orbit, maintain intended altitude, and deorbit, Starlink satellites feature Hall thrusters powered by Krypton. That's right, Krypton, not Xenon. Designed and built upon the heritage of Dragon, each spacecraft is equipped with a star tracker navigation system that allows SpaceX to point the satellites with precision. Importantly, Starlink satellites are capable of tracking on-orbit debris and autonomously, nailed that word again, avoiding collisions. Additionally, 95% of all components of this design will quickly burn up in Earth's atmosphere at the end of each satellite's life cycle, exceeding all current safety standards. But with future iterations, designs moving to complete with future iterations designs moving to complete disintegration upon re-entry into the atmosphere. Burp, excuse you. All right. Hall thrusting, that's right. Hall thrusters is just electricity-powered rocket engines, basically. Yeah, they're using Krypton, and I know it reminds you of Superman. Me too. And the reason why SpaceX is using Krypton instead of Xenon is because it's cheaper, but it's not as efficient as the former or latter. I can't remember which one I said first. Oh, it's been a long day. All right. The Falcon 9 booster assigned to launch this Starlink mission has already I don't know where that word came from, has already flown twice before in September of 2018 and January of 2019, and will likely take part in many additional launches prior to retirement. In support of B1049's, that's the booster's, hopeful future, drone ship Of Course I Still Love You arrived at its recovery location on May 13th. This is a little outdated, all right? Just kind of bump that up a week or two, all right? We'll just say like May 21st, all right? We'll just guess. An impressive 620 kilometers or 385 miles downrange relative to the launch's low target orbit of 270 miles. That's right, this booster is traveling further downrange than the satellites are going up. Quite cray, if you ask me. Yo, it's Matt. What up, Matt? I just happened to catch your name there, bud. Last one. Oh, this just talks more about the Hall thrusters. We already covered that plenty. Let's take a look at what you guys are saying. I'm going to transition back to my ugly mug. Me big. Transition. Booyah. All right. Lego. Okay, we'll talk about Lego here in a second. Let me see what else you guys are saying. It's just Lego. All the Lego fans are out tonight. You guys are like out in force, taking over. Little bribe never hurt anybody, all right? So, okay, when is the giveaway? The giveaway for Lego, the Saturn V, let me take away this really quick. All right, that Lego Saturn V is going to be given away to a winner at around 10:45-ish, right after the second stage of the booster starts coasting, because there's going to be about 60 to 62 minutes of downtime where we're waiting for deployment. And this is a deployment we don't want to miss, because this thing's going to deploy these satellites allegedly like spinning a deck of cards or something and watching them all go like solitaire. That's the rumor. We'll see if that actually is how it's done. It will be very interesting if that's the case, and we don't want to miss that. So in between the time that it launches, basically, and the time the satellites deploy, we'll play Kahoot. And if you don't know what Kahoot is, it's a game. It's like a quizzing game that I use for my students so they can review for tests. And I made up 11 questions, and you guys will compete online live to see who can answer the most questions right, although you probably all will be guessing because they're quite tricky and unusual questions. And you get points for answering correctly and answering first. There is a time issue involved when you want points. All right, yeah, Kahoot. So, an early good luck to all of you, but we'll get back to that later. Yeah, so when we actually do the Kahoot, I'll put it up on screen here, and there will be like a login, and you'll just go to kahoot.it, and the first screen that you go to when you put in kahoot.it will be a login screen, and you'll just wait for my code to show up on screen, and then you'll plug it in, and then you'll plug in your username, and I'll explain what username you should be using, because I got like a fail-safe method for that. That way the prize goes to the right winner. And that'll be it. You'll be logged in, and it can hold up to 4,000 people. And right now we have 826 watching, so there's plenty of room for everyone. You could probably make 2 accounts and give yourself twice the chance of winning, although it might slow you down a little bit. Second prize is second loser. Second loser gets a big old L, all right? It's so harsh, but you know what? Life is harsh. Get used to it, all right? I've been waiting for this launch for a week. That's harsh. I'm not crying. I'm too poor right now to give away prizes to second place, all right? First place is where it's at. So get out there and go get them. What do I teach? I teach middle school and high school sciences. So let's see. I teach physical science, and then life science, and then biology, and then life science again, and then earth science, and then anatomy and physiology. That's my day. Your science teacher uses Kahoot too. Wow, Aaron. What a coinky dink. I wonder who that guy is. He sounds like an awesome stand-up guy. A man of all trades. Not really. You've ever heard the saying, those who can't teach, can't do, teach? I can't even say it right. Those who cannot do, teach. Ah, that's tasty. You guys ever had sparkling ice? They're not, sponsoring this video, but I'm giving them a free shout out because their stuff is delish and a half, man. Especially the strawberry lemonade. It's like crack cocaine in a bottle. And it's good for you, sort of. Those who can't do, teach. Those who can't teach, teach Jim. Name that movie. I dare you. Were you in the SEAL teams? I did have a SEAL contract with the Navy. I was injured in Hell Week, went a few more months, and then I was medically discharged from the Navy because of my injuries. Thank you for bringing up that very rough time in my past. Just kidding, I'm over it. Whoa, what's up, Oscar? Why's your name Squad? What's SGS Squad? What's that stand for? Is that some sort of like Fortnite thing? You should be studying for your finals, people. School of Rock, you got it. James McDonald, School of Rock. No, it's not Bad Teacher, although I have seen that movie, and that's pretty funny, too. SpaceX should be starting up here in, what, like 15 minutes? So let me pull this Lego set over here really quick so you can see what the winner will be getting. Now, if you've never seen this before, you've probably been living under a rock. No offense, it's okay. Sometimes I'd be jealous of people living under rocks. But this is a 1969 piece, get it, 1969, piece of a Lego Apollo rocket, Apollo Saturn V rocket, and it's the Apollo 11 rocket specifically, which is why it's 1969. And it costs about $120 on Lego's website. I got it for free because I was the first to submit a SpaceX rocket to Lego Ideas and reach 10,000 supporters. It's that one, right? Get my arm back here. Right there. Okay. Right there. And so they sent me like $500 worth of free Lego for getting 10,000, but not, being greenlit for an actual set, to make that an actual set. So I requested, hey, just send out a few Apollo Saturn V rockets so I can give them away to my peeps. I said that in a more professional manner, but that's basically what I said. That was the gist of it. All right. But this thing is crazy awesome, okay? And I'm okay with giving away these things, even though they're really awesome, because I already own 3 of them, all right? When they first came out, I snatched them up like they were candy, all right? A fat kid wanting candy. One of them, let me turn the camera here. One of them is right there, set up in a nice looking display, okay? I love it. Up there is another one. That is my art. It took me like 2 weeks last summer to put that together, and it was very aggravating at times because I had to lay them all out, called knolling. And when my dogs would bump the table, they'd all shift on me before I'd get them glued down, and I'd have an aneurysm, and my wife would laugh at me because she hates me. I'm just kidding. She loves me sometimes. Okay. What else is cool? Oh, this, obviously, if you didn't see up there, it stages. It also comes with a lunar lander. Where'd it go? There it is, way up top here. Lunar lander. And a second command module that has all the little painted decals on it. And it even comes with little life raft pieces, little floaties. All right, you guys got to stop messing with me. You keep saying scrub, but I didn't get any text messages yet, unless I'm just not checking them. No. They said 10 minutes ago we have 30 minutes, all right? It's not nice. I will mute you if you try to get my pulse rate up, all right? I'm nervous as it is, okay? So, yeah, this is a really fun build. Like, the thing that fascinates me the most about it, and the reason why I did all that work to null it all out and put it in like a custom framed, custom built shadow box, is because building it, you really come to appreciate the engineering behind it. Like, the Lego designers that designed this thing they did an incredible job. The way it all connects, it's like origami on steroids. It's pretty cool. Yep, stage 2 liquid oxygen load is underway. All right, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a super chat from David Brenton. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on that now. I almost forgot about that. Thanks, buddy. I really do appreciate that. Any donations will go to the channel, will go toward equipment so I can get you guys better content. And then we have Daniel Brown. Thanks, buddy. SpaceX rules. Of course they do. None like them. People try, but they fail. But nothing but respect for other space companies, space exploration companies like Blue Origin and Rocket Lab, NASA. They're all cool. They're all trying to achieve good things. Don't agree with everyone's philosophy, but we don't have to. How do you enter to win the rocket kit? Well, we will be playing Kahoot after the rocket launches, and if you win the Kahoot game, you win the set. It's a winner take all. China's rocket failed yesterday. Did it really? Made in China. It happens. What's up, Parker? You study for your exam, buddy? You don't have mine tomorrow, so I don't really care. I think you have mine like on Wednesday or something, so you better study on Tuesday night. What if there's a tie? There are no ties. There are no ties in life, and there are no ties in Kahoot. I don't know what I would do if there's a tie. I've never seen a tie happen before. I think usually Kahoot just gives it to someone. What up, Deep Space? Hey there, Sydney. SpaceX is not streaming. Well, they're kind of streaming. They got their little picture up here. I'll show you. I'll keep it up so you guys can help me keep an eye on it. Boink. See, right there. That's a big old finger pointing at it. So when it plays, we'll know. Scott Mawberry. I like that last name. It's Mawberry, not your berry. Mawberry. Thank you, Scott. That's very generous of you. I really do appreciate that. I say appreciate a lot. I should think of a different word. I respectfully accept. You guys are awesome. You're too good to me. Namaste. Mahberries. Member berries. What show's that from? Member berries? About 13 minute, actually 12 minute, 23 seconds according to SpaceX. Are they going to launch this time? I say yes. It's lucky number 3. I don't believe in luck, but if I have to get this rocket to launch, then I will. Will Wren. Man, I love names that start with the same and end with the same letter. Will Wren. It's like Peter Parker or any other comic book name. Thank you, Will Wren. I definitely appreciate. There's the appreciation again. You know, I don't appreciate it. I thank you for it, and you are awesome. Yes, I'm going with that. Thank you, sir. I am the man that can have fun. That is a long name. I applaud you, sir. Very creative. SpaceX feed showing rocket. You guys gotta stop messing with me. I'm gonna refresh this now. See? You lying to me. Liar. I am 12 and I need that Lego. Please, 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 please. You know what? I am 33 and I need more Lego too. All right? That's just the way the world works, my son. Everyone's telling me that SpaceX started, but what the hey? Why am I watching this then? You're all yanking my chain. Why am I not signed in now? That's just weird. It's live, different video. Let me try this. This is the main source right here. SpaceX.com/webcast. Nope, that's not a slash. That's a period. Webcast. Boink. What the? Thank you, guys. I got so mad at you for no reason. This is obviously not the right place to be, you guys. This is the place to be if you want to be late for the show. All right, let me turn it up, and I'll be quiet for a little bit.
Poll at T-1 hour, and the launch director held a propellant load and launch go, no-go poll at T-minus 38 minutes. The Falcon 9 has begun loading propellants and has been doing that since T-minus 35 minutes. Currently, the rocket-grade kerosene, or RP1, is nearly fully loaded on the first stage, and the second stage is fully fueled. Liquid oxygen, or LOX loading, is currently underway on both stages. At T-minus 7 minutes, the engine chill will begin. This is where we allow a small amount of that super cold liquid oxygen to flow into the Merlin engine's turbo pumps prior to the full flow of LOX into the vehicle to avoid any thermal shocks to the system. Finally, the transporter erector, which is that white tower you can see on the side of the rocket, will retract away from the rocket slightly, just around T-minus 4.5 minutes. This provides clearance for the Falcon 9 to lift off. As for the spacecraft inside that fairing, at T-minus 15 minutes, the Starlink spacecraft finished transitioning to internal power. The vehicle remains healthy and is currently tracking no issues for tonight's launch. The weather's also looking great. No issues with ground level or upper level winds today. No clouds or lightning rules to violate. The weather is looking fantastic for tonight's launch, and the range is also go and is prepared to support today's mission. We can continue to count down to liftoff in just about 9 minutes. If for some reason we do have to call a hold on today's launch, we will have a backup opportunity for tomorrow, May 24th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right, something crazy's going on. So I don't know what happened. Like some of you are saying, well, you should have pushed the play button or whatever for this. See how I'm signed out right here? This is. Oh, you can't see it because my face is in the way. That's not cool, man. Somehow I got signed out, but I'm still live streaming. Makes no sense. My internet is on crack, all right? But I'm not going to touch anything because I don't want to disconnect my live feed. So we're just going to roll with it and try not to freak out any more than we already are. Come on, man. There we go. GKR Jala. Nailed it. Thank you for the donation, my friend. SpaceX Sun, exclamation point, recognize, 3 exclamation points, Central Ohio 2, what? I just raised the roof. I apologize for that. Back to the show.
Is much lower than a geostationary satellite. We've learned a lot over the
2 minutes
past year.
behind now?
Had a lot of fun testing out the capabilities of those 2 test satellites. We successfully communicated with ground
Prove
run
it.
4K video and even play video games over the link.
Are we good now?
And we also partnered with the Air Force Global Lightning program to demonstrate how over 600 megabits per second of throughput.
You've been here since 50 subs. Thanks for sticking around.
Exciting for those of you who travel frequently. The bulk of our team working this project is based in Redmond, Washington, and watching today's exciting launch, as you can see on your screen right there. They're just as excited as we are in Hawthorne to see this rocket take off tonight. As I mentioned earlier in the webcast, this is our first launch of a production-designed satellite system as part of our effort to launch a next-generation broadband internet satellite constellation. This will be, fun fact, this will actually be the heaviest payload ever flown on a Falcon 9 rocket, weighing roughly 30,000 pounds. Each of those individual 60 satellites weighs about 227 kilograms or 500 pounds each. So while they're smaller than a typical communication satellite, they're still pretty sizable when you stack them all together. And that flat panel design maximizes space, allowing for a very dense launch stack, as you can see right on your screen right now, to take full advantage of that Falcon 9's launch capabilities. Starlink is also the very first Krypton-propelled spacecraft ever flown. Aside from being the native...
Yeah, we talked about that stuff. We're way ahead of them. If you guys like their commentary, I'll be interrupting from time to time. Just make sure you have a second screen open or whatever where you can hear what he's talking about if you're interested. That way I'm not rude. I had a dream. That's awesome. Where the landing legs didn't deploy and they landed it on the engines. That would be exciting. I don't suggest they try it because that's a lot of weight on those bells. But you know what? Just maybe one day. Hopefully when no one's riding on it. So yes, when we do the Kahoot, there will be a 5-second lag by default because that's just how YouTube is set up, even though I have it to ultra fast and no latency. But that just I gave you more time to answer for each question. You'll get like 30 seconds for each question, which just means you'll have to answer the question by the time it reaches 5 seconds left. That's the only kind of trick you got to keep in your mind while we're playing. But I'll remind you of that later. Just relax, guys. Relax. Relax, Kevin. I'm excited too. Do you like protein? Protein?
Once they reach the end of their life, the satellites will utilize their onboard ion propulsion system to deorbit over the course.
Yes, the Falcon Heavy back there is made of Lego. I designed it like a year and a half ago, submitted it to Lego Ideas, and Made 10,000 first SpaceX model to hit 10,000 supporters. Lego didn't approve it, but exciting information. Let me mute this because this is important, guys. For you Lego fans and space fans out there, it was my Lego Falcon Heavy, and there was a space station that also in the same round made 10,000 supporters, and the space station also got rejected, but Lego just did this special thing they never done before where they went back to past projects that got rejected after hitting 10,000 supporters, and they decided to give the space station a second chance. So it's in another competition right now between like 3 other models, like Lilo and Stitch and some other ones that no one cares about. No offense if they're watching this. Good job, guys. But you need to go to Lego Ideas. The website is like ideas.lego.com, and you need to vote. Create an account if you have to, and vote for the space station because I want one to hang up on my ceiling and probably hit my head on and break from time to time as well. Do it now. Actually, do it after my webcast, right? This is more important. Hey, Cloud Liquor, keep up the good work, my friend. I look forward to your content each week. Let me scroll up. I'm looking forward to my update on the BFR Starship, whatever they're calling it now. Yeah, they're calling it Starship Super Heavy now, and I do have a model of that as well. Let me get my fat head out of the way. There we go. Ah, shocker. That's a surprise. You didn't see that back there, did you? Spoiler alert. I have a Starship Falcon Heavy Lego too. That's also on Lego Ideas, but I don't think we're gonna take it down, but we definitely have updates to do to it because Elon's been coming up with some really crazy designs lately that he's making changes with, and yeah, so my summer is gonna be quite busy. We got some super chats responding to the super chats, right? Meow. Crowbar. Thanks, Mom, for the $19.99. Love you. Stop giving me money. Give me better Christmas presents. My family's so supportive. Jerry Welsh. He is not my family, although he kind of is now that he's a member of the show. All right, he's a subscriber. So Jerry Welsh, you're a part of the family too. Thank you for that donation, buddy. I really do appreciate it, sir. Back with you from Rio Rancho, NM. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That is way too kind of you guys. I don't deserve that, but I'll take it because I'm poor, but I'm rich spiritually. I'm so nervous, guys. I want this flight to work so hard, so bad, so much. This needs to work. Even Elon's like, yeah, it might not work. Because there's just so much new information, so much new things they're trying with this launch. This is the heaviest payload that SpaceX is going to launch ever, even on a Falcon Heavy. All right, and they're doing it on a Falcon 9. About 40,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight. All right, here we go. Minute 45. Let's crank this thing up.
And Falcon 9 is on internal power.
1080p. Let's have no lag, SpaceX. If there is lag, we'll blame it on them. All right, not me. John Lee, love your channel. Thank you for your service. My pleasure. It was my honor. I live to serve. Thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate that. And there's that word appreciate. And again, I've been saying appreciate way too much lately, but I do. I appreciate all of you guys. You don't have to be here. You could be watching SpaceX live, a direct link. You could be with Tim Dodd. Maybe you are. Maybe you're with all 3 of us, and that's okay. But I appreciate you being here with me tonight and not making me feel lonely. You guys are awesome. Eric Gustafsson. I'm going to get this one. Eric Gustafsson. Gustav. I love that word name. Gustafsson. Thank you for the donation, buddy. I don't appreciate it. I love it. All right. Yeah. I'm getting the hang of this. No Lego, no Lego, no Lego. Yeah, we're doing Lego after the coast phase. We're gonna have 62 minutes of downtime. We need something to do. We're gonna play Kahoot. 30 seconds. Let's do this. John Pope, are you related to the Pope? Thank you. Shout out from my boys, Jordan and Emmett. What's up, Jordan, Emmett, and John? Thank all 3 of you for that super chat. You guys
10,
are amazing.
9,
Here we
8,
go. Oh, come on, don't
7,
get blurry now.
6, 5,
Here we go.
4,
I'm just gonna let it go. Not gonna touch it.
2,
Come on, 40,000 pounds.
Ignition.
Get up.
Liftoff.
Get up. It got up. That's a good thing.
Downrange.
Visual propulsion nominal. Pad operation securing, step section 59 on LVNet.
So blurry. I'm gonna fix it. I'm going to. I can't help myself. I gotta fix it, guys. There we go. Yes, it was worth it. Right? Again, that's all SpaceX's fault.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Come on. Coming up on max Q.
You
Lot
are
of
watching
weight,
the Falcon
lot of
9
weight.
as it ascends through the
Falcon
atmosphere
9 is
carrying the
supersonic.
SpaceX Starlink payload of satellites. Coming up in just a few seconds here, the vehicle is going to be passing through max Q. That is the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Let's listen for that call out.
Fire's creeping. Oh, it's creeping. It's creeping up the
Vehicle is
legs.
experiencing maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Come on, baby. There's only two things I'm nervous about. This part and deploying the satellites. But they're going to make it happen. I have faith.
The vehicle has passed through max Q, which means that the atmosphere is only going to get thinner from here on out. Coming up shortly at T plus 2 minutes and 35 seconds is going to be, or excuse me, T plus 2 minutes and 32 seconds is going to be MECO. That stands for main engine cutoff. That's when those 9 Merlin engines you can see burning on your screen right now will shut off or cut off. Shortly, only a few seconds after that, will be stage separation at 2 minutes and 35 seconds, quickly followed by SES1. That stands for second engine start 1. That's when that single Merlin vacuum engine will ignite after stage separation.
Yeah, the fairing deployment will be
All
pretty
telemetry
sweet to
looks
watch.
nominal from that first stage right now, and trajectories look good.
Breathe a little bit. It'd be hilarious if I passed out on camera, though. Make for a great show.
You can see the
Recovery
exhaust
AOS.
gases of those 9 Merlin engines expanding as it gets further and further up into the atmosphere. Stand by for MECO in about 5 seconds.
Come on. Come on. Thank you, Frederick Barger.
Stage separation
Appreciate it,
confirmed.
man. Love it. All right. Land this booster, yeah?
You can see it on your screen, and you can hear it through the cheers of the crowd here at SpaceX headquarters. That we just had a good MECO, we had a good stage separation, and we had a good second engine start. That second stage is now burning brightly on the right-hand side of your screen, accelerating the Starlink stack towards its deployment altitude. On the left-hand side of your screen, you can see the view, a view of the Earth, actually, a beautiful view of the curvature of the Earth and all the lights of the eastern seaboard of the United States. That camera on the left-hand side is attached to the
separation
top
confirmed.
towards the inner stage of the first stage. And on
There
your
it
right, you can
goes.
see the fairing deploy.
That's
from that
awesome. Look at
Starlink
that.
satellite stack.
None of them bounced out of place.
The crowd
I was
here at
expecting one to be like
headquarters
hanging halfway out.
I'm sure everyone up in Redmond is happy too.
Earth is not flat. It's a prism.
So at this point in the mission, there are two things happening simultaneously. On the right-hand
What is
side of
going
your
on?
screen, you can see that's the SpaceX Starlink stack right there, now exposed to the vacuum of space that we've jettisoned that payload fairing from the top of the rocket. Right now you can see a view of the bottom of the second stage. That is the Merlin vacuum engine, currently burning brightly, doing its first of 2 burns to raise those satellites up to their deployment altitude of 440 kilometers above the Earth.
Wow.
The next step for this second stage is going to be SECO-1. That's going to happen at 8 minutes and 47 seconds. But while that's happening, we'll be watching the first stage also coming back down towards the surface of the Earth.
It'd be nice if we got that, 4K footage again from the booster as it's landing on the drone ship. I'm not expecting it since it's going to be so far out in the ocean.
This will be the third time that we have attempted to recover this first stage, this particular first stage. Those of you who have seen previous landing attempts may notice that we are not doing a boost back burn today. This is because boost back burns are typically used to cancel out the horizontal velocity of a first stage as it goes away from the launch pad and then bring it back towards the Cape. For tonight, we're doing a drone ship landing on Of Course I Still Love You, so we just position the drone ship out in the Atlantic Ocean
Second
to catch
stage is
it
following
at the
a
end of its
nominal trajectory.
No need for a boost back burn here.
Everything's nominal. Nominal.
Without a boost back burn, the next step coming up for the first stage will be the entry burn at T plus 6 minutes and 23 seconds. The entry burn will last for approximately 20 seconds and then shut down. And then after that, we'll be heading towards a landing burn.
There was a documentary I watched on Netflix about flat earthers, and it was actually a pretty good documentary. It really put things into perspective.
Looks good from that second stage.
Kind of feel bad for them, the flat earthers.
It continues to pick up speed towards that intended deployment altitude.
But when they come on channels like this and kind of like troll, I mean, they kind of deserve to be silenced. I mean, I believe everybody should have the right to believe what they want, but when you start, trolling people about it,
so as I said earlier,
everything's fair game
is
then.
now about to start its entry burn at 6 minutes and 23 seconds. This entry burn is to slow that first stage down just a little bit before it hits the thicker regions of the atmosphere. You can see the camera on the first stage on the left-hand side of your screen right now. It's dark,
Stage
but
1,
in a few
ATSS
minutes, those
safety.
Merlin engines at the bottom of that first stage will light up, and there they go.
Stage 1 entry burn has started.
That is the start of the entry burn.
Yeah, Elon's definitely watching this one tonight for sure. Faux show. Love your channel. Really enjoy your content. Keep up with it. Looking further for the updates in the next SpaceX in the news.
And that's it. That is the end of the entry burn. The next step for that first stage is going to be the landing burn.
Man, check out the panels.
You can see some aerodynamic flows past those grid fins right now on the first stage as it gets into the thicker and thicker regions of the atmosphere. Those grid fins help to stabilize
coming in
the
hot
stage as it heads back down towards the deck of Course I Still Love You.
Yeah, probably not going to be getting very good feed from the booster tonight, unfortunately, but who knows?
Stage 1 is transonic.
Also signal stage 1, Cape Canaveral, as expected.
Yeah, SpaceX in the news coming on.
Stage as it continues to accelerate.
I'm thinking Saturday morning again. I'm going to try to work on it tomorrow night
happening
after
here
work.
Is going to be the landing
It's an
burn
all-nighter
at T
thing.
plus 8 minutes and 9 seconds, just about 30 seconds from now. For those of you just joining us, we did have a successful liftoff at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Cape Canaveral. The first stage was able to successfully separate and is now heading back for its third landing attempt in its history.
Comes the landing burn.
Stage 1 landing burn has started.
Give us something. Drone ship feed something, please. I beg you.
The landing burn has started as scheduled. We don't currently have video from that first stage, but stand by. We may be able to get something from the drone ship.
Listening to the crowd.
Landing burn started at 8 minutes and 9 seconds, and the landing is scheduled for 8 minutes and 30 seconds, just about now.
Poopy.
You can tell here at SpaceX headquarters we haven't yet gotten any video from the drone ship, but we're just waiting for confirmation.
And as a recovery, Falcon 9 has landed. Landing operators moving to procedure 11.100 on recovery 1 and ECF 9.
No one's clapping. Why is nobody clapping?
We are expecting SECO to happen shortly. That is second engine cutoff.
Back shut down.
It sounds like we may have confirmation that the first stage has landed.
There we go. There we go. Booyah.
That is a shot from Of Course I Still Love You.
Bullseye.
Of the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket for its third landing.
Number 3. 3. That's awesome. Balls in your court, Blue Origin. I think they've done it like 5 times,
while that was happening, we did have our second engine cutoff 1. That's the end of the second stage's first burn. And we did have confirmation of a good orbit for that second stage. Right now, we're about to enter a coast phase, so we are going to take a quick break, but we're going to leave you with an animation that shows where we are in the coast phase. We will be back at about T plus 45 minutes into the mission for a second stage relight, followed by another short coast phase, and then payload deploy. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that deployment to you live on the webcast, so we will see you back here in about 35 minutes.
Yep, 35 minutes. Okay, so we'll start Lego here, the Kahoot here in a minute. A couple things I want to say. First, I want to thank Cyborg Delta 1. That is such a powerful name. Don't mess with that guy. All right. Thank you, buddy, for the super chat. What a show and what a channel. D-Face, hello from the UK at 3:38 in the morning. You are dedicated, my friend, and I really do appreciate you. Man, those late nights, they're killers, but this is a worth it launch for sure. Let me go to me big. 1 minute. Just me. Transfer. Okay. So about 35 minutes from now, we'll be back on. That's plenty of time to do a Kahoot. And if there's time left over after that, after we give away the Lego set back there, we will talk a little bit about my research I've done this week so far for SpaceX and the news, give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek preview, because I do plan on working on that tomorrow night after work. But these SpaceX and the news videos, when I record them and edit them, it's an all-nighter deal. So I'm pretty determined I'm gonna work on that tomorrow night, get it up on Saturday morning. But dude, there's a lot of awesome information concerning Starship and Starhopper this week. And again, if there's time, I will share some of that with you. All right, we got another super chat from Ruben Acosta. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that donation, man. I love you. I love you long time. Here we go. Let's do Kahoot. Kahoot. If you don't know what Kahoot is, it's a game. We're going to play, and the winner takes all, which is all 1,969 pieces of that Lego Apollo 11 spacecraft behind me. Here we go. Let me pull this up here. Let me pull up my screen so you can all see it. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for. It's go time. I'm going to get rid of my face so I don't take up any screen. Here we go. Classic. Here comes the code. All right, so go to kahoot.it. That's all you have to put in the search browser. All right, the URL is kahoot.it. Oh, let me take that annoying music off. Gross. All right, let me know, you guys. Can you not hear that music now? It's quite annoying. Talk to me. I would hate to drive you nuts with that music. Thanks, sound off. Okay, all you guys are logging in. That's my bad. I probably should have explained something first. Oh my gosh. There's just so much to remember when I'm doing this. I knew I was bound to forget something. The username you should use, and I'm going to start this over. I'm going to refresh and give you guys an all new pin. So if you haven't logged in yet, don't log in yet. All right, we can hold up to 4,000 people, all right? The username you have to use is your street name. Doesn't have to be the full name, just at least the first part of your street name. So if you live on, say, Royal Turn Crossing, it needs to at least be Royal, right? So your street name and then the first initial of your last name. So for me, it would be like if I lived on Royal Turn Crossing, I don't anymore. But if I did, it'd be Royal Turn or Royal and then H. Okay, that's it, because my last name starts with an H. That way, the winner won't be like cheated out by anyone else. I'll know what the street is that I have to ship the Lego Saturn V to, and I'm willing to ship it anywhere in a first world country where I can actually ship this thing to an address. Capiche? All right. So that's the dealio. Okay. I can't do PO boxes or anything like that. It's got to be an address that you can receive it at. All right. And I'm not doing the required signature. So if it gets stolen off your porch, that's on you. It's free. So, suck it up. Here we go. Let's do this again. Reload. Remember, name of your street and then the first initial of your last name. All right. That's the only address I'm going to ship it to if you win. It has to be that street that I'm going to ship it to. So do it right, you guys. If you just put in, say, Connor, and that's it, I'm only going to ship it to a street called Connor. All right. The full address would have to have Connor in the street name. That way no one can get in and be like, oh, hey, I won. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Well, no, I'm only going to ship it to that street name, right? That will make it fair. Does that make sense? So your username should be your street name, whatever that is. It could be James Drive or just James. You don't have to use the whole street name if you don't want. And then space, and then the first initial of your last name. So the first letter, the first letter of your last name. So make it happen. Looks like most of you are getting it. Very reassuring. The teacher in me is coming out. Right now in class, and some of my students who are on here right now can vouch for me, I'd be like, all right, last person's losing bonus points. Hurry up, I don't have all day. I'm going to start counting down. We're starting in 5, 4. Get back in your seat. What are you doing? All right, if your street name is too long, then just use as many letters of it as you can. That's fine. If it's Osh Gosh Bagosh, just use Osh Gosh and then just stop it, and I'll know that's the street I got to send it to. You live in Guatemala? All right, if you have houses I can ship things to, if you win, I'll send it there. If the U.S. will let me. The U.S. Postal Service. We got 814 people watching. Unless, actually, that might not be accurate because, again, like I said, I think I got logged out of YouTube somehow, but I'm still live streaming, which is interesting. It's like the Twilight Zone. So I have no idea how many people are really watching this live stream right now. But again, I can have up to 4,000 people play at once. So we'll just see how many people log in. Now, here's the thing. If for whatever reason this doesn't work out, maybe my internet, shuts off and my house catches on fire and we don't get to finish the game, then I'll just figure out another way to give this away. Maybe I'll just do a Survey Monkey, or maybe I'll just ask for an essay. I don't know, something boring. I thought this would be fun, but I'm feeling pretty confident that this is going to work out, guys. All right, let's have a nice, friendly competition. No hair pulling. All right, so you guys are saying 800 people are watching as well? Okay, that might be 1919. Okay, we're inconsistent. It's all right. We'll be fine. We're going to start in exactly 60 more seconds. 60 seconds, starting meow. And that's a rough estimate because I'm going to sort of count in my head. It might be closer to either 45 seconds or a minute and a half. About 60 seconds. Do we play it on the website or YouTube? No, you'll go to kahoot.it. Like, you can open up a new tab or you can go to your phone. It works awesome on your phone, actually. Now, keep in mind, there's going to be like a 5-second delay because that's as fast as YouTube will let me live stream. So you'll have 30 seconds per question to answer, all right? But since there's going to be a 5-second delay, the question will be finished at 5 seconds left. So you need to answer before the 5-second left countdown reaches 5 seconds. Okay. I keep talking into my web. You can't see this, but I'm talking into my webcam and looking at it like you guys can see me, and I forget that you can't. So with 5 seconds remaining on each question, you have to answer before then because there's a 5-second lag. Okay. All right. That's about 60 seconds. Here we go. There's about 350 of you on. Once we hit 350, I'll start it. 349. 348. Oh, someone quit. 349. 348. 49. 49. 49. Oh, we're going to get 350. There's 350. Let's begin. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a Saturn V. You guys might win that. All right. Again, 5-second delay, so I'll probably have to slow it down a little bit. Here we go. This is your first question. Who was Bob Ross? You need to answer before that countdown clock hits 5 seconds. At 5 seconds, it's going to be too late because there's a little bit of a lag. All right? We're getting answers. We're getting answers. About 50 of you have answered. You have 2 seconds, 1 second. All right, that's about it. By the time you hear this, it should be over. All right, man, I feel so bad for about, 50 of you who don't know who Bob Ross is. I mean, you probably might not have PBS, but Oh, you need to YouTube Bob Ross like tonight after you watch this video, and he's going to change your life. He was a painter. He was not a criminal or a Roman emperor. Okay, so far, Glen Crossing W is winning. Oh, we got a tie, though, with Purple Finch Road. We're on to number 2. All right. And that question is, how fat is Mother Earth? Is it red triangle, 20 pounds? Blue diamond, 1 billion kilometers. And then yellowish orange circle. That is just too big of a number for me to pronounce. 1 second, guys. Or is it Earth is not fat, she is just big boned? Of course, the answer is not green. It is yellow circle. All right. Let's see who's winning now. Glen Crossing W still in the lead. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's in pounds. So those of you that are on the metric system, sorry, better learn American. All right, let's move on to number trace, or dry if you're Deutsch, German. All right, so the question is asking, per capita, the happiest countries in the world also rank highest in ... Is it red triangle wealth, blue diamond population of women, blue, orange circle consumers of antidepressants, or green block murders? And of course, as ironic as it is not wealth. It is consumers of antidepressants. Isn't that cray-cray? That is just nuts to me. But I laughed so hard when I found that out. We got Glen Crossing W still in the lead, but Purple Finch R's coming up, and Glen Crossing W again. Hey, you made more than one account. I guess that's legal. I did kind of say, hey, if we don't have 4,000 participants, you can make more than one account. All right. Although it's not really much of an advantage because it'll just slow you down controlling 2 computers. Unless you have like a family member on there. I don't know. What is a single strand of spaghetti called? Is it spaghetto, spaghetter, spaghetti, or fun noodle? My personal favorite that I made up. Wink, wink. Okay, yes, the answer is, of course, spaghetto. Those of you in Italy probably, or who know Italian, probably had an advantage on that one, okay? Or if you're a quick Google searcher, you probably also had an advantage on that. And yeah, for those of you saying that you're not getting points, 2 things are either happening. You're not getting the right answer, or Kahoot is just being stupid. It happens, trust me. It annoys my students, but it's kind of hilarious to me. Again, Glen Crossing W is winning still. Come on, everyone. I'm pulling for you. Oh, it's actually a pretty close race. I'm quite impressed. Let's move on. If you're not getting points, then just enjoy the game, guys. Just at least you're getting a free game out of it. Vanilla flavoring sometimes comes from fish eyes, plastic, fossil fuels, delish, or beaver butts. Pick your poison. Read them more than once. I'm not that fast of a reader, so I can't really read the answers more than once in 30 seconds. Sorry. That's right. If you are grossed out right now, then you should be, because some vanilla flavoring does in fact come from beaver butts. If you like vanilla instead of chocolate, you make terrible decisions. Go chocolate. Team chocolate. Thank you, Luke Drake. It is good stuff. I really appreciate that. It took me about, no joke, like 2 hours to make this Kahoot because I wanted to find like some awesome questions to ask. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that super chat. All right. Moving on to question 6 of 11. When you exercise, you exhale the weight you burn off. Gross. I love this meme. It took me about 30 minutes to find this meme. I needed to find the perfect meme, and I think I found it. I don't always exercise, but when I do, I'll do it tomorrow. Get those answers in, guys. You have about 5 more seconds. The answer is true. It's quite fascinating, actually. So while you work out and do your cardio, do your weightlifting, whatever, aerobic, doesn't matter, your muscles are using up nutrients and oxygen and turning it into carbon dioxide, which is why they hurt so bad. And you are breathing that carbon dioxide out. So you're literally breathing out the fat you are losing. It's quite fascinating. Your body is disgusting. Moving on. I bet Glenn is probably like a 10-year-old kid who's just like, is a bookworm, and I appreciate that. The full name of the famous Chuck E. Cheese mouse is, if you guys, I don't know if Chuck E. Cheese is just American, if it's strictly limited to the United States, but if you don't know what Chuck E. Cheese is, then you are lucky because it's quite creepy. Who would take their kids there? No respectable parent. Just kidding. My parents took me there, and it was quite fun. But that was back before you had Dave & Buster's or GameWorks. My personal favorite answer is Chucking Up Cheese. I was quite proud of myself for thinking that one up, but the real answer is Charles Entertainment Cheese. A lot of you put Chuck Edward Cheese. Sounds pretty stuck up kind of a name, actually. Yes, it is Charles Entertainment Cheese. Here we go. Lauren G. Sterling Ways. That sounds like a pleasant road to live on. Sterling Way. What is, and I'm not going to, okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this. What is arachibutyrophobia? Phobia. I know the last part, it's phobia, but it's some sort of fear. So you got to figure it out, all right? And you try pronouncing it, all right? I don't get paid enough. And by the way, I'm pretty sure all the ones listed here are a legitimate fear. Except for the sinkhole one. I think I made that one up. Oh, did I just give away the answer? Dang it. Or an incorrect answer. Hey, most of you got this one right. It's the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. I'm not afraid of that, but I hate that feeling. Purple Finch is back on the board. But Glen Crossing, both of them, both Glen Crossings are still in the lead, one of which is kind of pulling away a little bit, but not by much. The tables can turn with any question, people. Any question could do it. So stay in there. If you're not getting points, then just enjoy the ride, all right? Just accept your fate. A snail can sleep for 30 years. Be careful. This one's a bit tricky. Is it true, false, or true? I got a few of you. Some of you didn't take the time to read, all right? But that's okay. Your mind was meant to trick you like that. The answer, of course, is false. Actually, a snail can sleep for 3 years. Not 30. It would probably die. But 3 years it can do, all right? Fun fact of life, of a snail's life, I mean. 2 more questions. Here we go. The average weight of a cumulus cloud is how much? Equal to that of 3 elephants and a dingo. 101 pounds, 1,005 pounds. Again, we're doing the imperial system here. Or 1.1 million pounds. So I'm getting mixed reactions from you guys, whether you love this or hate this. Some of you are loving it. Some of you are hating it. I'm assuming those of you that aren't getting the points you deserve are just hating it right now. If only I could see your faces. Oh, yes. Most of you got this one right. Yes, it's 1.1 million pounds. It's so crazy how something so fat can stay in the air, all right? Just think about that next time a cloud's going over your head. If it were just to fall on you, it would kill you. Last question. The name of Twitter's bird is what? That bird right there on Twitter, what's its name? Is it Blue? Bluebird. Is it Tweets? With a Z, Tweetsbird. Is it Twit? Twitbird. Or is it Larry? Larry Bird. Like, I think that's a basketball player from way back in the day when I was a kid. Larry Bird. Here we go. Who's going to take home the Lego Saturn V? Ooh, most of you put tweets. I'm glad you like that. I made it up. Here we go. The winner is Glenn Crossing W. Congratulations, Glenn Crossing W. Let me pull my face back up so you can see how happy I am for you. Here we go. I'm happy for you. You're taking my Lego Saturn V from me. Thank you so much. I have a few of them to get away. So this won't be the last one I give out, guys. Turn that frown upside down, okay? Because I have 2 more to give away in the future. Not sure when, but we will. So stick around. Don't leave me. Glenn Crossing W. All right, my email is on my YouTube. It's cloudlookingkevin@gmail.com. Just send me an email with your name and address, full name, address you want me to ship it to, and I will get that out to you, buddy. Congratulations. Yeah, if I'll do, you know what, guys, I'll do a poll and I'll ask you guys like on my YouTube channel on the community tab tomorrow. I'll do a poll asking you if you like this, if you hated the Kahoot, and if I get more people that hated it than liked it, then I'll find another way to give these away. But I thought it would be fun to at least try that because we have 35 minutes of downtime, and I think that killed a little bit of time. So let me actually, before I leave this, let me take a screenshot really quick, so I can remember who won. And congratulations to the runner-up, which is Glenn Crossing W and Lauren G. Save that to desktop, I guess. Boom. All right. Pull this Starlink back up. Oh, cool. Check that out, guys. We are only about 10 minutes or so away from Starlink going live again. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so yes, Glenn Crossing W, make sure you send me an email. But congratulations. I hope you guys all had fun. If you didn't have fun, then come on, man. You got to try harder. I'm trying my best to entertain. Are you not entertained? And if you're not, let me know tomorrow when I do the poll, and we'll think of something else. So we have a little, let me see what you guys are saying before I move on to SpaceX in the news. Man, you guys are depressing. Someone's like, I suck. No, you don't suck. You just suck at Kahoot, but you don't suck. No, I'm just messing with you. Oh, man. I didn't get points. You should do a Gleam. I don't know what a Gleam.io is, but I'll look into that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you guys have suggestions, I'm open, man, for reals. I love all you, and I want everyone to be happy and to have a good time. Even though I can't give one away to everyone, just if I had $1 billion, I would think about it. I would think about giving one away to everyone. Not awarded points, man. Sounds like the story of my life. Never awarded points. I just give them away. No one ever gives the teacher points. It wasn't the best. Okay, it was broken. Yeah, story of my life. Everything's always broken. Man, you should. Before our school got high-speed internet, fiber optic cable, we were on that like almost basically dial-up, and it was pathetically slow. And we we kept all the doors and windows open, tried to get that Wi-Fi coming in and flowing, and we could never get anything to work. You didn't win, but it was funny. I'm glad. That's the kind of thing I wanted you guys. I wanted, even though if you didn't win, to at least have a good time playing. My Gmail is, and this is available on my YouTube. If you go to my About on my YouTube channel, it's cloudliquorkevin@gmail.com. So you guys can feel free to email me whenever you want. Just say hi, and I'll try my best to respond. If I get like 500 emails, I probably won't get to respond to all of them, at least not right away. All right, it's just lonesome me in this thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you know what? If you have to buy your own Saturn V, just do it, man. Like, mow a few extra lawns, or if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, shovel a few driveways or whatever you guys drive on. But save up $120 and buy one, man. It's an awesome investment and fun. It is a great time. So since we have time, let me show you guys some interesting news that I learned this week about Starhopper and Starship. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to pull up. You guys are getting like behind the scenes stuff now. So this is how I organize my files when I'm doing my research throughout the week for SpaceX and the news. Okay. Yeah, we got an honorable mention this week. Oh yeah, you don't want to miss this week's SpaceX in the News episode, probably coming out Saturday morning, because the honorable mention has something that you can get involved with. All right, I'm gonna burp. Excuse you. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Oh, this is Starlink. Oh, since this is a Starlink launch, let me also talk about this really quick. Elon Musk has a 2027 deadline to surround Earth with high-speed Starlink internet satellites, but the service would work far sooner than that. Yeah, even though the entire constellation of Starlink is going to be about 12,000 satellites, which is crazy, they only need, I believe Elon said, about 400 satellites in orbit for them to be able to start selling internet service. But then they'll have significant service with about 800 satellites up. So in the near future, guys, this stuff is going to start coming around and being available to at least some of the population. 1 terabit of functional bandwidth. That means that's enough for 1,100 people to stream 4K video at once. That's crazy powerful. Or maybe it's not, and I'm just, naive, but that seems like that's a lot of power, a lot of juice. Let me keep an eye on the live. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're good. Also, a lot of people who even love SpaceX and Elon Musk, one of their gripes or complaints about Starlink is it's a lot of space junk, right? And that's a legitimate complaint. Like 12,000, we have about 2,000 operational satellites right now, and a couple thousand more that are dead. We're adding 12,000 more. It's basically, it's a big sky, but still, that's a huge cluster of debris to inhibit us from safely launching things out into space. So the gripe was, space junk. Well, Elon just tweeted out, I think it was a couple days ago, that it would be easy to turn one of the Starlink satellites into a debris collector. Thinking outside the box. How about that? That's a horse of a different color. All right. Check on this again. How much time do we got? We got about 9 minutes. All right. So let me close that out. Let me open this back up. So my files for if you don't follow Elon Musk on Twitter, that's fine, because I usually cover his tweets in my episodes. But every now and then Elon will go on these Twitter rampages where he'll just, I don't know if he drinks too much wine or something, and he'll just start typing away about all these updates for Starship, and it's so awesome. And I just happened to miss last night's feverish tweet marathon because I was sleeping. I tried to catch up on some sleep last night, but I did go back and read them and take some screenshots. And I also have some pictures. Now, these are from the Facebook group that I'm very involved with, and I got to know all these people that live down in Boca Chica. They're great people. They chat with me all the time and give me some insider information, and these are from them. And if they're watching, hello, Boca Chica Maria. All right, Star Hopper finally has its nose cone on top. Not in this picture so much. Let me see if I can transition to display big. There we go. Check it out. All right. It's exciting times, guys. Let me get another one up here. Oh, that's the lower half. I think this is where the engines are probably going to go. Can't be for sure, but I'm pretty confident. Here we go. Nose cone is on Star Hopper, just like before it tipped over. Yeah, that won't happen again. Look, you can see they have it, tethered down. It's tied down just in case the winds pick up, and they did pick up the other night, like 30 knots or something crazy. So yeah, she's coming together, guys. Exciting. And it's going to get even more exciting when I show you some of these tweets Elon made. All right. There's, I'm sorry. Was I saying Star Hopper before? That's Starship. That's not Star Hopper. That's Starship. That's Star Hopper right here. All right. Still engineless, but the exciting news is that Elon was tweeting about last night is that, and a few days ago this week, that the Raptor engines are basically on their way, and they should be launching, untethered Starhopper flights up to several thousand feet within the end of the month. It probably won't make it by the end of the month, but definitely sometime around the end of the month, beginning of June. It's great. Things are about to get nuts. I've been waiting for this moment since like January. Like this is the time where things are just gonna, like, everyone's gonna start getting involved. You guys, as soon as Star Hopper takes flight, it's going to make all sorts of news media. This is a huge deal. You're going to have this hovering spaceship over South Texas. People are going to be like, we at war. And then they're not going to know what's going on. It's going to be hilarious. All right, but then we're going to have an influx of new people just asking all these questions. What's going on? I've been living under a rock. Your uncle works with SpaceX. Oh, man. You should like totally send me his email information so I can bug him. I have so many questions. I have some friends that work for SpaceX actually that I talk to, and they tell me some interesting things. I can't share them all with you guys, but when I can, I do. And let me just say, working for SpaceX sounds like it'd be awesome, and it would be. But man, Elon, he's a hard worker, and he works his employees pretty hard too. And I think that's obvious with how well SpaceX progresses. James McDonald, what's the chances of you starting a Discord channel? Thank you, James, for that donation, buddy. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you. So that's a good question. I have never been part of a Discord before. I've never followed one before, although I feel like it's something I'd be interested in doing, like being, if a game's coming out, they do Discords for video games and read up on all the new information. I am definitely interested in starting a Discord. And this isn't the first time people have asked about it. People have actually messaged me and demanded it. I'm like, don't hurt me, dude. I don't know what a Discord is really. That's one of my goals early this summer. Oh, we got a live feedback. Hold on 1 second. Oh, it went away. Never mind. Let me pull up this. Okay. So, yes, Discord. A lot of people want it. It's my goal to make it happen. Early June to mid-June is because I got to go to paragliding training on June 14th. But sometime before then, I want to get a Discord up and running. But the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be the one that takes the helm on that. I might pawn that off to maybe someone who's dedicated to the channel who would love to start one and take charge of it. Maybe bring a few more people on board to kind of do you have moderators? See, I don't even know anything about Discord. But definitely something I want to do. And I would be involved with it. Obviously, I wouldn't just leave it to you guys because I would use it as a tool so I can help, get research going. But yeah, if just send me an email for those of you that are interested in a Discord and would like to be a part of starting that. Again, I don't know anything about it really, but send me an email, cloudliquorkevin@gmail.com, and tell me your thoughts and what you guys think about that. My channel is young, but it's growing like a virus that it is. And I'm going to need all the help I can get with that kind of stuff. So thanks for that question, James McDonald. I appreciate that and that super chat. You amazing. What else are you guys talking about? I'm thirsty. 1 minute. Did Lego Falcon Heavy get approved? Unfortunately not. It made 10,000 supporters, but Lego rejected it, and they don't give you a reason why. My best guess is if they haven't already, they'll be releasing a NASA, like some sort of SLS kitty looking thing that doesn't look very exciting, but if you like rocket stuff, maybe you'll buy it. And I'm guessing they just were like, no, we don't want to do too much space stuff right now, so we're going to put the SpaceX thing on hiatus or on hold, or maybe they're just not ever going to do it. Maybe they didn't reach a deal with Elon Musk. I highly doubt that because Elon Musk is all about motivating and inspiring people, especially the youth, and there's no better way to do that than Lego. So as far as their reasoning goes, I have no idea what Lego's reasoning is for rejecting the Falcon Heavy. Beats me. Maybe one day we will find out. Maybe one day they'll approve it. Who knows? All right. Hey, Rick, how's it going? Rick Strickland. Hey, Facebook group member. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for that super chat. Keep up the great work. Well, you keep up the great work with all you do online. I mean, if it wasn't for everyone out there, on site, whether it's Boca Chica or now Cocoa, Florida with the new Starship, all the SpaceX employees, but definitely the Facebook group Boca Chica, SpaceX Boca Chica. I mean, if it wasn't for them, my channel would definitely not be where it's at. I'm a little cocky and a little arrogant saying it would be somewhere, a couple thousand maybe, because I was at about 1,000 subscribers in December. But that's when, about Christmas Eve, that's when SpaceX released the whole information about Starhopper for the first time. And then I immediately got on SpaceX group, the Facebook group SpaceX Boca Chica, and those guys welcome me with open arms, those guys and women out there like Boca Chica Maria and Rick. And so I am nothing but grateful to those guys. Those guys are awesome. They're very friendly. It's not like Reddit. Like, I don't like going on Reddit because, I mean, not to diss everyone on Reddit, but because I do go on Reddit from time to time, but I just feel like that people can be so harsh on Reddit, man, but not on Facebook, man. It's like when you can see their face and who they really are, people are so nice. Their real personality comes out. Oh, wait. Someone's calling me out here. You mispronounced spaghetto. I'm Italian. Check on Google. Oh, I know. Dude, you should hear me when I'm trying to teach anatomy sometimes. Oh, I butcher words at times. Oh, we're back. Let me turn this back up. I'm freaking out.
Stage was able to take the second stage up into the atmosphere and then return for a third time on the deck of Course I Still Love You. All the while, the second stage was able to complete its first burn, and it is now just about to start its second.
Let me know how that sounds.
We have 2 events coming up here, one at T plus 45 minutes and 56 seconds. That'll be SES-2, or Second Engine Start 2. This is the second of 2 burns that the second stage will be performing before deploying the payloads at their intended deployment altitude of 440 kilometers above the Earth. So with just about 10 seconds until SES-2, let's watch. This will be a short one, only about 3 seconds of burn.
Please start up. Please. I want to see these deploy so bad. There goes some ice. Here we go. We have the inflation of the bag. Yeah.
And back ignition. Shut down.
And there it is. That was short and sweet, but that was the second stage's second burn. SECO 2 just commenced. That's the second engine cut off too. Just waiting right now for confirmation that the second stage is in a good orbit. And we do have confirmation that the second stage is in a good orbit. So that completes the 2 of 2 burns for that second stage. We are going to go to one more brief coast phase, only about 15 minutes. At about T plus 1 hour and 1 minute, we'll come back to guide you through payload deploy, just 15 minutes from now.
15 minutes. Oh, there's such teases. Okay, I got to entertain you guys for 15 more minutes. Yeah, when it comes to pronouncing words, I am the worst. I practice and practice and practice, and then when it comes time to actually, this is my moment to shine, I blow it like 90% of the time because I'm such a stutterer. I stutter so bad sometimes. 3 people that dislike need some Jesus. We could all use some Jesus or some Jesus juice. It's tasty. Multicellular organisms. Cellular. What was that word that I'm never going to think of it. Never mind. Just forget what I'm trying to say here. Doing great so far, Kev. Tony the Tiger. Do you watch Joe Rogan? I'll catch a podcast every now and then of Joe Rogan. It depends on what the topic is. Like when he talks about working out or dieting, I like to watch those just because I like to learn about that stuff for my own benefit, or anything interesting that I find interesting. I guess I don't agree with everything Joe Rogan says. I think a lot of people don't, but he's definitely an interesting guy. I'll give him that. I like him. Yeah, I watched his interview with Elon Musk. That was a great interview. It was very entertaining. I also watched an interview that he did after the fact. Let me turn this down. An interview he did after the fact, talking to someone that was a guest on the show about that interview, and he was like, that was the most awkward interview he said he had ever done with someone. I'm like, that's just because Elon Musk is kind of an awkward person. I mean, he's so smart. Really, really smart people like that just are naturally awkward. Just we don't get it. And he also gave him drugs and alcohol, so that probably didn't help. Why did you start teaching in the first place? Honestly, my life is just irony in a bottle, man. Like when I was in junior high and high school, and my whole life, I hated school. Hated it with a passion. All I did was stare out the window and wish I was anywhere but there. I could not wait to get out in the real world and do a job. I was such a daydreamer. I didn't even take school seriously until I became a freshman in high school because I was doing football practice one summer before school started, and my freshman football coach told me something that changed my life. He goes, and he was telling this to the whole team. He goes, it doesn't matter what you did in junior high or middle school. You're starting high school with a clean slate. So when you start school in a couple of weeks, your freshman year, you're gonna be given an A, and it's your job to keep it there, and that's gonna be your record, your new record. The old record doesn't matter anymore. And I had done summer school before in junior high because I did not get good grades, but that really struck me, and I tried really hard. I tried my hardest to catch up to those kids that were considered advanced in my class. I took 2 math classes at once, and I got honor roll basically all 4 years in high school. And then I went to college for like 12 years, studied like 5 different things. I got a bachelor's degree. I got an associate's degree. I almost have my master's degree. I just got to complete my thesis. I turned in a completed thesis, but then they told me I had to make some fixings on it, and I haven't done it yet because I've been so busy. So yeah, it's kind of ironic that I hated school so much, but I've been in it for so long, and then I end up a teacher. I would never choose to be a teacher. I never chose it, but I believe I was led there by a power more mightier than me, and I love it. Like, I love teaching so much. It's so much fun to inspire other people, and I think that's why I like doing YouTube so much and talking to all you guys, because you share a common interest with me. And it's just one of those awesome feelings you get. I also like authority too. Oh, I love bossing people around and making kids do push-ups and stuff. Like, all my students know I'm former military, so they know when they mess up, like, I can actually get away with physically punishing them. Give me 30 push-ups. You left your book in here. I'm not too hard on them though. Don't worry. It's not abuse. At least I don't think it is. Preston T. Crow without a W. Will you buy Starlink service when it's available? You betcha, guy. Thank you for that super chat. Dude, I think everyone should. Well, not everyone, because then they'll plug up the bandwidth. But yeah, I will definitely look into it, because Time Warner Cable, who now is Spectrum, is what we have, and we did AT&T for a while. And no thanks. No thanks. I really give my money to someone that appreciates me, not just my money. How were you in college for 12 years if you don't have a master's? So it took me 5 years to get my bachelor's degree, because I transferred. All right, so I went to Ohio University my freshman year. Then I transferred to Rhode State College, and I got my 2-year degree and went through my first police academy and graduated with an associate's degree in criminal justice law enforcement. While I was about to graduate from the police academy and with my associate's degree, I decided I wanted to fulfill a dream of going into the military, but my parents made the right decision to pressure me to get my 4-year bachelor degree. So I transferred then to Tiffin University for 2 more years and got my bachelor's degree in Homeland Security and Terrorism. And then I went into the Navy with the SEAL contract. And then once I got injured a couple years later, I got honorably discharged. I had full benefits to the GI Bill. So the Navy actually paid me, the VA paid me to go to college. And I already had my bachelor's degree, so I worked toward my master's. And I transferred like 3 times, because I started with Homeland Security Administration, and I realized, I was like a semester away from graduating, and I was like, I'm just sick of this kind of stuff. I have no desire to do this anymore. So I actually went into more science-based, and that's when I really came to appreciate science more. Like, I've always appreciated science, but it was that moment in time where I really became science-based, science thought-based, and really loved researching science. And that's when I really started getting back into my youthful desire for rocket science. And so, so I started my major in science, the field of science. And again, I finished 2 years of that. It took me another 2 years for that. And I submitted a thesis, but it needs corrections. And then once I resubmit that eventually, then I'll have my master's degree in science. Yay for me in the future. Oh, we got another couple here. I need a Couch Commander 5000. I love you 3000. No, I love you 5000. Big shout out to Greg Hooper, my little bro, home from traveling, both huge space chads, watching the stream with me, cloud licking, but with W's. Hey, thank you so much, Couch Commander 5000, and congratulations to your little brother, or Did you say? Yeah, your little brother. You have an awesome big brother, Greg Hooper, and you two are awesome for having an awesome big brother and being you a little brother. I'm starting to get tired, guys. Come on. Here we go. James Mayo. Thank you. Do you watch The Expanse? I do not. Should I? Is that a Netflix thing? Please inform more, sir. Someone tell me what that is. I am living under a rock, apparently. I'll just Google it. James McDonald again. He's back. Will subscriptions to the Starlink will support SpaceX or other companies involved? Subscriptions to Starlink will benefit SpaceX. Starlink is a SpaceX thing, all right? And that's one way that Elon Musk will help fund Starship in the future, at least as far as I'm aware, all right? And in fact, I just learned this a few days ago. A few years back, SpaceX actually put out kind of like a business model, like a subscription plan for consumers. Speaking past tense, in the future for like, $10 of so many megabits or megabytes per second. But yeah, I don't know if any of that's still relevant or current, but that was a fun little thing I learned. Thank you, James McDonald, for that question and for that super chat again, buddy. Hold on, let's see if anybody answered my question on what is the Expanse. I'm going to scroll back up through here. Expanse is good. That does not help me, sir. What do you think about the abortion thing everyone's talking about? Oh, it just got dark. Oh, let's not go there. All right. This isn't a politics channel. I do have an opinion on that, but I don't want to lose half my subscribers. Just Googled it. Yeah. What is it? How can we get a build sheet for your awesome... Oh, good question. How can we get a build sheet for your awesome Lego SpaceX models? So, yeah, since Lego didn't approve those or approve that one, and they're probably not going to approve the Starship one either, this summer, another one of my goals besides starting a Discord is going to be to perfect that build, because obviously the coloring is a little off because I designed that like a year ago. Perfect the build and then start making instructions for it, and then I will put it out there on the internet for you guys to download, and then you can buy the pieces online or whatever and build your own. So it should be fun. Yay for you. This Expanse is a science fiction show on Amazon Prime Video. Well, you know what? The wifey has Amazon Prime that I like to mooch off of, so I'll have to check that out. Let me write that down. Write that down here in 2019. I'm going to type it out on my phone. The Expanse. My face hurts from smacking it. The Expanse. Boom. Right, yeah, because honestly, I'm in between shows right now. I've been watching reruns of The Office. I love The Office, but I haven't watched it in years, so that's where I'm at right now. Because now that the Avengers are basically done for now, I don't have anything to watch on Netflix. It's a semi-realistic space show, and it's third season on Netflix. It's on Netflix too? Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm watching on Netflix. See, I just talked about how Couch Commander 5000 has an awesome it's actually Greg Hooper who has an awesome older brother, Couch Commander 5000. Well, my older brother just called me gay, sent me a text message. So obviously he's watching. Hey, big brother, you know what? It takes one to know one. Beat that. The Office, in all caps, is the single best show ever created. Prove me wrong. Wrong. No one needs to prove you wrong because you're absolutely correct, sir or ma'am. Guitar covers. What do you think about Mars colonization? Give us your opinion, please. I am all in favor of sending people out into space so long as they choose, all right? Please don't send them forcefully or unwillingly. I would love to be the first one to step on Mars, but at the same time, and I've said this before, the second I would step on it and be like, I'm the first one, I'd get really depressed because there wouldn't be any like pizza joints. But if there was a colony already established on Mars and they had pizza joints, I would love to go. And I think we should do it as long as we're safe about it, because human life does matter. All life matters. All right. And yes, Big Bang Theory is a great show. Random moment. Colonizing Mars is a great idea. Again, if we're safe. Going to the moon again. Again, I think going back to the moon to establish a moon base is fascinating. I think that should. I'm with Elon. That should have happened by now. As far as NASA and their place in this whole new space race, I think they do have a place, but I think I lean on the side of NASA should no longer be developing rockets. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm leaning because they're building them in basically all 50 states, and it's a waste of money. I just noticed that like my face has been small this whole time. Let me switch that. All right, there. So yeah, NASA does have a place. I think NASA and like JPL, they do a great job of like building things like rovers and satellites and probes and stuff, and they should keep doing that for sure. But SLS is dead, or it's dying, and it's about to be dead, I think. And obviously SpaceX knows what they're doing. And if you guys didn't know this, SpaceX actually just filed a sealed lawsuit against the government again. And it was over an Air Force thing, an Air Force contract that they weren't given. And I can see why they did it, why SpaceX did it. I mean, you have a company that can't be competed with right now. So there is two sides of the coin. You have SpaceX, a company that's just so far ahead of the competition, it's almost dangerous, of like monopoly wise. And at the same time, you want to have that kind of competition so prices can stay low. But the thing is, SpaceX is keeping their prices low even though they don't have to. They could jack up the prices a little bit if they wanted to, but they're not. And that's just the kind of guy I think Elon Musk is. He'd rather get people in space, and he'd rather, make the environment more healthy by doing Tesla than, caring so much about money. So I think that's why people on both sides of the political aisle like him, because he's a capitalist, but at the same time, he's not really greedy or corrupt. And there are people that will argue the other way against that, but I don't think their arguments are very rational, to be honest. He's a good guy. I mean, I don't know him, but he seems like a good guy. Yes, the giveaway already happened, so I'm going to take this down, Meow. All right. Again, I have 2 more to give away, which I will in the future, maybe at like 50,000 subs or 100,000 subs. So don't give up hope, guys. And you can also buy one if you can afford it. They're like $120, right? I couldn't afford it, but I bought 3 because one for the model, one for that, and one to hang on as an investment, because the 50-year anniversary is coming up, and Lego's not going to sell these Saturn V's forever. And 50 years from now, when I'm almost dead, I'm going to sell it and have a great funeral with that money. Yes, let's deploy this sucker. Didn't he say it was supposed to happen right about Meow? I think he did. Yeah, we're past the deployment time. Let me pull this back up. Oh, I want my face in here. There we go. See, right here. There. Oh, there it goes. That was perfect timing.
Boy. Let's
watch it.
You can hear the team in the background. This is an incredible moment for SpaceX. You can see those flat-packed Starlink satellites slowly gliding away from the top of the second stage.
They did them all at once.
This is the highest number of satellites that SpaceX has ever deployed in a single time.
Huh. So how are they going to separate from themselves? Just slowly drift apart?
There are no deployment mechanisms between those spacecraft, so they really are just slowly fanning out like a deck of cards into space.
Okay, there's that deck of cards analogy, so Teslarati didn't lie to me. Now they're moving up. I'm assuming they're going to use their ion engines, their Hall thrusters, to kind of get into better position. But that's interesting. There's 60 of them there, and they're still pretty much together for right now. And I think each of them have one long solar panel that they each have to deploy for power. I don't think we'll be able to see that, but they'll have to get far enough apart for that to happen, right?
You can see those spacecraft starting to separate as they naturally glide away from each other. The sun is glinting pretty strongly off the panels and the bodies of those spacecraft, so it's tough to see them individually, but you can kind of see one breaking away from the pack right now. Those spacecraft will slowly disperse. overtime.
Now they all just need to work. If all 60 of those satellites work, that would be amazing. And Elon Musk would once again be proven wrong.
Successful deployment, we're going to be bringing the webcast to a close. For those of you who just caught the end here, we did a successful liftoff, successful first and second stage and activities, and then finally a beautiful deploy, as you can still see ongoing on your screen right now at 440 kilometers above the Earth. It's been a very exciting launch day today here at SpaceX, but we really are just getting started. Please, thank you to the 45th Space Wing for range safety and to the FAA for licensing today's launch, as well as the FCC for our first operational Starlink satellite license.
So there you have it, guys. Successful launch, successful booster landing. Hopefully they get the Octograbber to hang on to that booster and it makes it back to shore so we can make this a total success. All 60 satellites successfully deployed from the second stage. The only thing else we can ask for is that they all turn on. Okay, they all work, and that was one of Elon Musk's fears, is that maybe they wouldn't even make it to where they made it, or maybe some of them wouldn't work. So if a few of them don't work, I mean, that's kind of expected, at least from Elon Musk. But hey, so far so good, right? All right, let me get back to these super chats. Brad Haymeyer, what's up, big brother? That's my big brother. Yay. Thank you for the super chat, big brother. You owe me that for calling me gay. Just kidding. Right before I came on here tonight, we were playing, we were gaming for the first time in weeks because we've been so busy, but we were playing Brain Fart. That's not the name of the game. The Division. The Division 2. We were playing the Division 2 and owning the streets of Washington, D.C. The future is bright. It is. All right, here we go. I'm going to butcher another name. Here we go with me in words. Kirill Kuznetsov. That's Russian, right? Rest in peace, Dish. Oh, my gosh. Rest in peace, Dish Network. Amen. Can we see the payload from Earth? Yeah, I'm sure while they're all clustered together, it'd be a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, you can see satellites, single satellites stream over the Earth's atmosphere from time to time if you catch a glimpse, but it would be quite challenging, especially for someone like me that doesn't own a telescope. Yes, it is getting late, you guys, but thank you so much for staying up with me. It's 11:37 here local time on the east coast of the good old US of A. Some of you, it's even later than that. Those of you in the UK, it's probably pushing like 4:30 right now. Probably closer to 5, really. I don't know. So you guys are a bunch of troopers. Thank you so much for watching this episode with me. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if you guys got any more questions for me. When a satellite comes down in towards Earth at the end of its way, are we going to be hit by it or become like dead like me? What the... Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? Hey, buddy. Yeah, you know what? So these satellites that they just put up are supposed to disintegrate 95% of the way when they re-enter, and SpaceX is planning on getting that up to 100% disintegration upon re-entry, so there will be no space junk and no threat of satellites falling on your head while you sleep, like in that movie Donnie Darko with that plane engine. Oh, man, I just spoiled that movie for you. Sorry. What do you think will be the greatest advancement in space technology in the coming years? Honestly, just off the top of my head, and this just came to me, I bet it will have something to do with space exploration technology, but AI will have something to do with it. I really do. Like Jarvis. I don't know. Maybe Jarvis will fly the rocket and take us to beautiful places. I don't know. That's a hard question, dude. Yeah, so Saturn V giveaway for Patreon supporters. Originally, I was going to give this Saturn V away to my patrons, but then Patreon reached out and was like, hey, you can't do that per our terms. I was like, well, sorry, guy. So I can't do giveaways on Patreon, so I'm giving them away here. But I'm thinking of new benefits for my I already have benefits for my Patreon members, but I'm thinking of new benefits to put on there as well. Okay. Yeah, I do have a Patreon, so if you guys want more cloud leaking content, head over there and support the channel if you love it. Again, I'm going to have a SpaceX in the news coming out. I plan on Saturday morning. I'm going to pull an all-nighter again on Friday night, tomorrow night. So keep an eye out for that. Okay. All right. I need to get to bed because I got a full work day tomorrow, yo. School is almost out. Summer break is right around the corner. June 1st. Actually, let me check my calendar really quick. Actually, my last day is Friday the 31st. It's a half day that day. Cannot wait. I love my kids, but I cannot wait for summer break. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get some stuff done on YouTube. All right, guys. That wraps this one up. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking this out with me. Thank you for all of you who donated to the channel with the super chats. I appreciate that. The rest of you, if you'd like to support the channel, again, I got a Patreon link in the description. At least there should be. And have a great night, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Godspeed to you.